Hello, everybody. My name is LoDuris, and I did something some of you thought I would never do. What was it? Well, if you read the title and clicked this video, you know exactly what I did and how I did it. For those of you who blindly clicked this video, welcome, YouTube adventurer. You have completed the dungeon and found the treasure. It's been a long time coming, but I got the 4th boss cell. I'm sorry. You actually want to know what was going on, how I did it, and all the details. Well, was it easy? No. Was it fun? Yes. So let's get into it. I started this quest falling into my usual traps to favorite items and weapon combos that I used to beat the game previously. This was wrong, though. I was trying to recapture a moment that was perfect then, but not now. Lost in this nostalgia, I ran blinded through a repetition of failed runs. The game was becoming a chore. I was getting bored of it. Until I remembered why I love this game. I love Dead Cells for the experimentation, for the randomness of the runs, for the need to constantly adapt to what's thrown your way, for that perfect moment when the stars align and you discover a powerful build or combo that renders you a god among mortals. I decided to continue my lessons when I found acceptance. It was in me the whole time. God, what is wrong with me? Don't answer that question. I decided to embrace the foundation of the game and experiment. It was time to break out of my routine, try different weapons. Were they all successful? Of course not. Otherwise, this video would have been called Watch Me Crush Dead Cells. Was it fun, though? Yes! Oh, each death is exciting and invigorating. I even played with survival weapons. I know, right? Who even plays with those? Dead Cells was made anew. It was in this masochistic glee I remember the wise words of a greater being. Spite Sword and Face Flask are a good combo. Taking that wisdom to heart, I embarked upon my quest again, with a wish in my heart of hearts that I would find this fabled combo. Then it happened, when I least expected. I thought I would take the bone for a run, see how it does. Halfway through the prisoner's quarters, like the sexy siren that it was, I saw it laying on the ground, calling to me. I rushed in lovingly and embraced one half of the combo that might grant me godhood. For those of you who don't know why the Spite Sword is good, let me explain. The sword deals critical hits if you're cursed or have taken any damage. The important thing to remember is, any damage will trigger this effect, meaning if a stiff breeze hits you, you'll be empowered with the righteous fury of the most ignorant of Karens demanding to see the manager. My ascension to godhood was not complete, though. This was the first ingredient in the alchemical formula, but as such, it was far from perfect. Right now, the only way to reliably trigger the sword's bonus was to willingly hurt myself. At 3 boss cells, though, this is a very dangerous prospect. Enemies at this level hit harder than the fate of Nina Tucker in Fullmetal Alchemist. Thankfully, though, with the tonic skill I have, I can give myself some temporary HP so I can lose that occasionally and trigger the sword's effect. At this point, for those of you who are experienced, you might be wondering, what path will I take in this run? Have I planned anything out? The answer to that is no. Since rediscovering my love of Dead Cells, I'm far more interested in what seems like the most fun place to go than what the best route is. After weighing my options, I decided that making Conjunctivius my first boss would be the most fun and made my way to the toxic sewers. In the sewers, I got lucky and found my first legendary item, Maria's Cat. Though not great for the build goal I'm hoping for, Mr. Cuddles here is insanely powerful and helps me start down my lifelong dream of becoming a crazy cat person. The next bit of luck I get is finding a diverse deck for sale in the shop. I quickly toss my tonic aside and grab the deck like the cardboard crack junkie I truly am. Anyone else here play Magic? Why am I so excited about this skill? Well, it has 4 different functionalities that help it adapt to a variety of builds. In reality, though, I only use 2 of them, Electrodynamics and Catalyst. My go-to mode is Electrodynamics because nothing fills me with more joy than teabagging my enemies to death. It's a way to show dominance and humiliate them. I decide to take a quick detour and the thrill of instant death is required. So it's off to the corrupted prison for a cursed chest. Being cursed in this game means one hit kills you, and with how poorly I play, it's like a Russian roulette for the run. Figuring I've proven my dominance, I switched to Catalyst to poison enemies for the DPS boost. Speaking of boost, I decided to fully embrace the hard knock life of Spite Sword and pick up the Vengeance mutation. This will give me a scaling percentage increase to my damage for 8 seconds and a flat minus 30% damage reduction for 3 seconds anytime I'm hit. If enemies so much as sneeze on me, I'll ground pound them harder than their mom. The rest of the corrupted prison is pretty boring. I flawless the level and head to the ancient sewers, picking up the melee mutation, slow down enemies, and buy me some time for beefier foes. It's here in the ancient sewers, this shit-stained hellhole, I find the other half of the fabled formula that will transmute my base form into gold. Hidden in a merchant shop, I find the face flask and grab that faster than the last piece of pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving dinner. I can already hear the ignorant non-believers say, "This is trash! Why would you hurt yourself?" To you I say, "You poor fool. I too was once like you, living in the dark. Let me illuminate you with the greatest of segments. Math time with LoDuris!" Our Spite Sword currently gives 4,132 DPS if we take damage. If we take damage though, that triggers the Vengeance mutation, granting us an additional plus 74% more damage, making our DPS jump to 7,190. With our Phase Flask, we can trigger this anytime we like, and will additionally poison the enemy, triggering the plus 80% damage affix, shooting our DPS up to 12,941. The Phase Flask can also be used defensively with the Vengeance mutation. Phase Flask grants minus 8% damage received, and Vengeance will reduce that a further 30%. This means that an attack that deals 500 damage will be reduced to 315. That might not seem like a lot, but in a glass cannon run, that means the difference between a 2-hit and a 3-hit kill. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. With Godhood attained, the rest of the Ancient Sewers is as easy as I am. It's time for the first boss, Conjunctivius. After the acceptance runs, Miss Tickles and I are intimately familiar with each other. I missed you, sweetie. Unfortunately, I'm built for melee this time, and she's playing harder to get than a Tsundere love interest. Because of this, she actually ends up being the boss I take the most time with. Once I'm done romancing my mistress, I'm feeling pretty chuffed with myself and arrogantly stride into the graveyard. My arrogance, though, was quickly tempered by the mobs in this area. I started chugging Phase Flask faster than a freshman during a Frosh Week party to keep my damage up. This combo is genuinely ridiculous, but at this stage of progression, I'm starting to feel the damage limits of my level 2 sword. Impressed with my skills at dodging and GTFOing out of there, I decide to head into the cavern. This biome has got to be the largest in the game, and is another of the biomes I traditionally shied away from for the trauma-inducing mobs in this place. Despite my dwindling power, I'm giving it all I got, and I'm excited for the threat of death. Traversing the cavern was an exciting parkour event. I found a shop that sold diverse tech and decided to grab it. Oh shit, it's a Mimic! These are the one thing that can kill anyone. These things are the living embodiment of trust issues, trauma, and carnage. Oh, never mind, it died. Well, I got a shiny Electrodynamics 12 for that. One skill upgraded, now just to find... Oh, Phase Flask 10? Thank you, game. With these 2 skills upgraded, I'm starting to feel the overconfidence creep up on me as I continue smashing flasks into my face while obliterating enemies. As I'm about to leave, I notice a hole in the floor which leads to an area holding the War Javelin blueprint. With a bit of parkour, I'm able to get up there and acquire a new weapon. It's pretty cool, and I like the teleportation effect, but for the build I currently have, and this late in a run, I'll stick with an underpowered Spite Sword. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Fun fact, I have never beaten the Giant. I have a rough idea of the mechanics involved from one previous attempt, but that doesn't scare me in the least. I'm excited for this potential first time. Be gentle with me, senpai. Wait, you're tapping out already? But I'm not even close to being done. With his finger in the air, our one-pump chump of a boss can't even last 30 seconds going toe-to-toe with me. With the Giant dead, I could go to the throne room and end this run, but I'm having an absolute blast bullying everything I run into. And, I mean, how can I say no to the potential for reaching new levels of OP? So it's off to High Peak Castle we go. I am riding high at this point in the godlike powers I possess. I am in the zone. Plays are tight, timings are perfect, and I'm enjoying every moment of the game. I've reached my flow state. I am one with the cosmos. The game understands me, and has given me the final piece of perfection, Spite Sword 9. With sword in hand, I giggle gleefully, gutting gangs like the power-mad psycho that I am. Most enemies are dead in a single hit, and those that aren't are humiliated to death with electric teabagging. It's time to truly test myself against a worthy foe. The Hand of the King. I lied. This guy gets obliterated faster than the seafood at an all-you-can-eat buffet. He doesn't even last long enough to count as an appetizer. I was hoping to savor this, enjoy this, but the entire fight is 20 seconds long. The only bit of serotonin I got from this was watching the big numbers go brr and the chunks of his HP bar winking out of existence. And with that, it's done. The Hand of the King is dead. I've attained the 4th boss cell. I've had an absolutely amazing run. This is the kind of run that I live for in this game. After being beaten down continuously, to have this eureka moment where you just blow through everything. I genuinely loved it. I hope you did too. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed watching this run. Until I see you again, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic afternoon, evening, nighttime, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I wish you all the very best. Take care of yourselves, eh? Bye-bye.